All right, guys, let's talk about some of the ways that demons and spirits can enter into your life. You have to open yourself to these things, to these demons and spirits. And there's times where you're more susceptible to getting these things than others. For instance, drug use, alcohol use. Now, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're going to drink and you're going to get a demon or a spirit, but you can open yourself up to these things, and you're more susceptible to getting one of these things attached to you under certain circumstances. Could be through drug use, could be through heavy alcohol use, sexual immorality, things that we talked about, like with the Jezebel spirit. Also, there's something that you can buy at a children's store that I think is one of the easiest ways for you to get a demon or a spirit attached to you. And that is a little thing that they call a game, and it's a Ouija board. Now, anytime you use this Ouija board and you really try to use it, you are really, literally opening yourself up to the spirit world. Now, here's how I'm going to put this in simple terms. Let's look at it like this. You may play with the Ouija board for years and have nothing happen. Let me put it in terms like this. It would be like saying, every day when I go to work, I leave my front door open or unlocked. And I've went to work for the past 5 years and no one's entered my home. Well, you never know when that day is going to come when somebody enters your home. So if you play with a Ouija board that you can get at a children's store, you're opening yourself up. And you're very susceptible to a demon or a spirit getting attached in your life. It's almost like a seance type thing when you're playing with a Ouija board. And I know several stories from people that's played with these things, and I believe the people that's told me what has happened to them. I've also done a lot of research into music, and this is very, very interesting to me, very much so. One of the things I did a lot of research on was what is called, and the more I read into this, the more I wanted to do it, and the more I got into it. This song is called probably the most famous song in the history of rock and roll. It goes back to the 70s, and most of you probably know what it is already. It goes back to the 70s, and it still, to this day in the United States, sells 5,000 copies a week. And that group is Led Zeppelin. And specifically the song I'm speaking of is called Stairway to Heaven. And I mean, I just literally got like chills down my back when I just said that. I've done so much research on Stairway to Heaven and Led Zeppelin that excuse me. I've done so much research on Stairway to Heaven and Led Zeppelin that the things that let's just talk about, first of all, the Led Zeppelin, the symbol that they use of the guy with the wings like this, and it looks like he's bowing. What that is that's a symbol. Satan was in heaven. The devil was in heaven. He had a high throne in heaven. Satan was cast out of heaven. And the symbolism of the man with the wings like this is Satan falling down through the air. There's also tons and tons of symbolism. They were big-time followers of a guy named Aleister Crowley. Which was said still to this day to be the most wicked man that ever walked the face of this earth. You can look into that. Ozzy Osbourne has a song called Mr. Crowley. It's about the same guy. Jimmy Page talks about when he wrote Stairway to Heaven that he took a pen and paper and he said he didn't know what he was going to write. And he said he started out like this: "There's a lady who is sure all that glitters is gold." And he said that the pen just took over. He said he just let his hand flow and the pen just wrote the lyrics to that song. That's called auto writing, and that is a satanic thing. It's called auto writing. So it's kind of like a Ouija board thing where the thing's supposed to move, and that's what he claims, is that it just wrote itself. Now, some of their album covers have pictures that are exact replicas to a picture on a tarot card that people that are supposed to do, like palm readers and stuff, use as tarot cards. There is so much. I could go into hours on Led Zeppelin and the satanic symbolism and the things they have in their music. And I've heard it backwards parts. And yes, there are two paths you can go on, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. And when you play that verse backwards, what it says, and the Pied Piper's calling you to join him. There's just all kinds of things in that music, and I'm very, very interested in this. And I've done research and I've listened to the song over and over, but I never opened myself up to it. Sometimes I feel things, but it's not. I'm not listening to this in a way to open myself up to it. Let's just put it that way. But the last thing that you ever want is a spirit getting attached to you. It can be a spirit of anger. You can get a spirit through watching pornography and violence in pornography. And you watch these things, and what happens is you get drawn in more and more, and you go further and further into this, and you can get a spirit attached to you or a demon in doing those things. Now, like I said, I use the analogy. You might watch that stuff for 20 years and nothing will happen. You might leave your door unlocked when you go to work for 20 years and nobody will come enter your house. But it's kind of it can be a toss-up. Is it going to happen or is it not going to happen? I can't tell you. But guys, I'm running out of time here. I need to get some better equipment. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this video series. Maybe I'll continue on with some other things if I get good reception from the people. If you guys enjoy it, if you like it, I'll do some more. If you don't, then then we won't. I've got some more gun stuff coming, guys. I'll talk to y'all real soon. H4T, and I'm out.